People often say Parisians are rude. I decided to prove them wrong. I'm Julian, and this is my show.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Julian.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Do you mind if I sit here?
No, please. Have a seat.
What's your job? What have you been up to? Tell me everything.
Well, originally, I was a musician. I still am a musician. And from music, I went into music production. I worked as a recording engineer at a number of studios. I worked and still do, as a music producer.
Can you name some artists you worked with?
I worked with Public Enemy and the Bomb Squad, and we did like a lot of the hip-hop of the early 90s and late 80s. Public Enemy, Ice Cube, Slick Rick, Run-D.M.C.
I love how you drop these names like it's nothing, but it's so big.
That was a great period. I learned a lot with these artists and with the Bomb Squad, which was the production team. And then from there, I started to do more production work with unknown bands, trying to discover people.
You work with Zebda?
Yeah.
And you recently worked with them, right?
Yeah, the last record, Second Tour, it's called. We made that in Brooklyn, a little bit in Brooklyn, a lot in Toulouse, and then a little bit in Brooklyn again.
Okay.
That's the third album I've done with Zebda. I've been working with them for a long time since Essence Ordinaire, which is... that's got to be, 12 years ago, more, I don't know.
I was very little at this time.
Tombe la chemise was the big hit.
That was the biggest hit this year.
So I found myself working with some hip-hop artists in France.
Such as?
I Am was the main one. I did a number of records with I Am.
For people who don't know Zebda, or I Am, or any of these bands, like these French bands, they're really, really, really big. Between the first album and the last album you did with Zebda, did you feel a difference in your method?
It was a lot easier because there's a certain freedom that comes with age, and there's a certain freedom that comes with, okay, this is the fourth time we're working together. It's not that you don't care. You do care. You care a lot about the quality. You care a lot about the integrity, about the message, but you care less about what people think. One
day you woke up and you were like, wow, I can do that, I have enough insurance to feel comfortable with what I do, or is it just gradually?
I think gradually it does, but then one day I think you have to, let it go. For me, I think when I let it go was when I started teaching. When I started teaching here at NYU, I realized I had to go back and relearn and rediscover, how I came to be with, as a producer and engineer.
You've been teaching at NYU for 10 years?
This will be my 10th year, yeah.
Okay, so you love it, I guess?
I love it. I do.
What is your approach when you teach your students? Are you more show and tell? Are you more go with your instinct? Do you just give them the tools and then they have to learn by themselves?
I think that a lot of things that someone says, I just do that instinctually. There's a reason why you do it instinctually. There is some basis of science. There is some basis of whether it be, like a physical science, a sociological science, a psychological science. I'm not sure which it is, but there's a reason why we do certain things the way we do them. What I try to do is try to teach people to be confident, and follow their instincts, but I try to feed their instincts by explaining what I feel to be some of the science, and I use that term very loosely because I don't have a very, science and math heavy approach to engineering or music. It's music after all. I'm not against the technology. I think the technology is incredible. I really do. I use it. However, when the technology somehow sends the message that you don't need to train, that's the thing that gets me. It sounds a little old school, but that's the thing that gets me.
You guys are doing a fantastic job, obviously, so I hope it will be successful for the next 100 years, I guess.
Yeah. Our success will be if our students are successful. If people who leave here are actually making good music and becoming, contributors to the culture.
That will be the real success.
That's the real success. And we've had some of that, and when you taste that a little bit, you feel good, and you feel motivated to say, okay, we got 2 or 3 that did that. We have to that number just has to keep increasing and increasing.
Definitely. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Nick.
Thanks for coming.
It was
Thank you.
fantastic
It was my
conversation.
pleasure to speak to you.
All right. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, goodbye.